In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 things new copywriters do that cost them money. All right, getting started. Number 1 is working with beginner businesses. So when you're starting a new thing, you tend to gravitate towards people who are also new to it, or new to the business world, new to an online community, let's say, and that's going to slow you down. You want to go for people that actually have the money to spend. So the problem with newbies in business is they can't afford the quality work. So even though you might be new to business, you still want to be working with people that can afford high quality work, and you just want to work harder to deliver that quality. So the other thing is they're not going to understand the value of copywriting. If they don't have a business that's making money, they're not going to be able to justify or understand the kind of multiplier that good copy can have on their business. So that's 2 reasons why. And then the third one is they might not even know what they need. They might not even know what their best source of traffic is, what their offer exactly is, what their ICP is. It's not what you want to be doing. So that's number 1. Number 2 is just straight up undercharging. So many copywriters come into the game and you're like, oh my God, I am brand new. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'll just charge like half the price of what other people are charging, and that's my competitive edge. That undervalues you. So it devalues your work and your skills. Because if you're charging $500 and all these other people are charging $1,500, people, especially entrepreneurs, are going to look at you as a lower quality service, and they're going to question why you're charging less. And so they're going to think you're desperate, honestly. That's what it comes down to. And it attracts clients who don't value your services. So they're going to constantly ask for revisions. They're going to constantly be calling you up, getting on calls, asking you to do this and that that's not on your scope. And you don't want to deal with that. You want to actually just do what you're paid for. So that's the second reason. The third reason is it's going to lead to burnout because you're just not incentivized. You know, you're making $500 and you're doing 7 emails a week or whatever. That just sounds like horrible. So you're not going to want to do a good job on those emails. You're not going to want to continue working for that client. It's just, all in all, it's not going to be a good deal for either of you. So number 3 is being at your client's beck and call. So if your client is texting you every day, spamming you, hey, can you get on a call? Hey, can you also do this? Hey, can you do blah, blah, blah? That sucks. Your life will just suck. So number 1, it's impossible to scale because let's say you onboard one client for $3,000, but they are calling you every single day. They want you to do this and that, and they're adding things to the scope, and they're, paying you the same but asking for more work. You can't scale that. You can't do that for 10 people. You might be able to do it for 1, but you can't do it for 10. So then you're capped at that $3,000 a month. And then it's also going to disrupt your work schedule, and that's going to affect your results. So the quality of your copy is going to be affected because you're doing more or different work than you originally anticipated. It's also going to affect your ability to scale, like we just said, because you're not going to be able to take your focus off that client's business and put it onto your business. Because ultimately, what you have to remember is as a copywriter, you're a business owner and you're building a company, a marketing company. So you got to keep that in mind, what your main goal is. And you basically become their employee. I've been in this situation too many times where a client has wanted to hire me as an employee and they ultimately just want to own your talent. And makes sense to them as an entrepreneur. There's certainly lots of people I've worked with that I'm like, dang, I would like to just hire you. But that's not your goal. I'm guessing that's why you became a copywriter, is because you want freedom. So that's not going to work for you. Number 4, not understanding your client's brand voice. Every business talks differently. Every business owner talks differently. They have a different tone. They have different lingo, different, like some of my businesses, they curse all the time. And like I work that into their emails. I personally don't curse at all. So I don't want that in my emails. And I know people that they speak really softly. Other people are very bold. Some people use really short sentences. Some people use a lot of emotions. You have to capture that so that when you write copy for your client, it feels like they're writing it. And that's probably one of the most difficult skills to learn as a copywriter, is how to change the voice that you write in depending on the client. All right. So if you can't understand your client's brand voice, it'll lead to a failure to connect with clients because they probably speak in a way that resonates with their client avatar. So you want to really learn that. And the way you do that is by studying their content, studying their past copywriting, studying their clients' maybe comments on posts, feedback, talking to their client avatar, like who are actual clients right now that you can go and talk to understand their pains and their desires and the way they talk, and take note of the way they talk, their body language, because you want to build that trust. You don't want to have to make a bunch of revisions. You don't want to waste people's time. You want to just understand that from the get-go, and you'll probably have to make some revisions for the first week. I would say the first week is where you're really understanding that brand voice. So expect some revisions, but after that, take note of those revisions and really keep that in mind so that moving forward, you can write in a way that matches your client's voice, essentially. All right, that's number 4. We're flying through these. Number 5, over-promising results. So some people under-promise results, some people undercharge, some people over-promise. And over-promising is tough because you're going to have people that are disappointed, like you can see here. You're going to have damage to your reputation when you don't deliver on what you promised. People are not going to trust you. And it's going to cause both you and your clients anxiety and stress because they were expecting one thing, they budgeted for one thing, they set everything up for one thing, and then it wasn't delivered. So let's say they plan this big launch and you tell them like, yeah, we can bring in 20K on this webinar. So they budget for that. Maybe they bring on a new coach to help with delivery, and then it only sells 4K. Well, that's a problem. Because now how do they pay that coach that they just brought on? How do they, adjust their budget? Well, they're probably going to adjust their budget by cutting you out of it. So you want to make sure you're promising accurately. Be excited. Definitely, be speaking big numbers, but only if you can back that up. And you can back that up if you've never done any copywriting. You can look at other people's results and you can literally just model their funnel, model what's working. And that's how you base the results on. And also let your client know, if you haven't done something before, that this is an estimated number and give them a range. I expect to make between this and this. This is our ideal target. But just so you know, this is a new thing for your business. And so we're implementing something we haven't done before. It's going to be hard to gauge those metrics until we've done it. So this is the range I expect. It's going to be between 5K and 20K. And that's a big range because this is a new thing. And that is just going to allow you to really maintain that trust with the client so that they know, like, you're not trying to, overpromise and just get them hyped up just so that they'll pay you a lot of money. All right. So those are like the 5 mistakes that I see copywriters make a lot. And just avoid those by being honest, valuing your services, genuinely like copywriting is something that is, if you can make a business owner, like this is how you value your services. If you can make a business owner 10K in a month, then you can charge them up to 2K, I would say. If you can make a business owner 100K, you can charge them a lot more. Maybe not 20K, but you can definitely charge them 10. And that's kind of like how you want to look at it, is like, how much money can I make this business owner? And then translate that into how much money you think you should be paid. And ultimately, you just want to be making them more money than they're paying you, so that's profitable for them to keep working with you. So another thing, you want to make sure that you're valuing your services right, and then you also want to make sure you're getting your clients really good results. And the only way you're going to do that is if you're constantly studying, you're constantly improving, you're testing on maybe your own email list, or you're testing on client email lists, but you constantly want to be reiterating, improving, and studying what's working in the marketplace so you can stay on the cutting edge with your clients. So those are the main things that you want to focus on as a new copywriter to get good results and to build a brand around your own business, because you're not just building other people's brands, you're building your own brand. So if you want to see more about how I write copy for 6 and 7-figure entrepreneurs, because by the way, I only work with people that are making 100K plus per month, then I have a link in the bio where I'm literally sharing everything that I'm doing for my 7-figure clients. One of them just made 140K in November 25th. In the last 25 days, one of my clients, Atena, has made 140K just using webinars, and it's insane the growth that she's had. Her company is now valued at 24 million after launching 3 months ago, and we've been working a ton on copy. So if you want to see clients like that and how I'm getting them those results so you can do the same thing, click that link in the bio, check out this. I've got a whole free course on copywriting, and yeah, I'm excited to connect with you, hopefully help you write some awesome copy and make some money.